G'day guys, and talking to you about something a little bit different today, a bit left field, more neurology than anything. I want to talk about homeostasis. And I'll give you an example. Last year I gave up alcohol for 12 months. So I like having a drink. It was just one of those things that I decided to do. It was a bit of a mental challenge and so forth. And so I did it, but there were some interesting things that happened along the way that relate to homeostasis. See, when I first started, I made the commitment, I told a whole bunch of people, I'd read a whole bunch of books, got ready to do it. And so I'd been going along, and the 31st of December came, things going good, and I stopped drinking. And then for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it got a little bit weird. I wasn't sure what was going on. You know, that time of the evening, if I'd have a drink, came around, I'd feel a bit weird. I'd be going out with friends and so forth, and I wasn't having a drink. And then eventually what happened was it started to settle down. And then what I noticed was that there was this period of probably after about 4 weeks, in this instance, where everything had settled down and all of a sudden everything was like someone had turned the lights on. My mental clarity was amazing. I was having ideas like I'd never had before, and it was just tremendous. And then what I noticed over the next few months, that it all settled back down again. So I kind of had this jump, initial shock, and then I had this new point of clarity, and then it settled down. And I've noticed this is something that's happening with the current situation with coronavirus, is people are starting to get back to homeostasis, all right? Now, homeostasis means keeping the same state. Homo means the same, stasis means state. So what our body's always trying to do is it hates change. So it wants to bring normality back to us as quick as possible, because from an evolutionary perspective, change generally meant that we used a lot of energy and there wasn't that much food around. But even these days where we don't have that situation, our brain is still wired the same. So it's exactly the same as what's happened now. There's been this massive big change, and what we're starting to see is things are starting to normal out again. So our brain's adapting to what's going on, and hopefully you'll be seeing that this is on an upward curve. So being adaptable to these situations and making the best out of them is really important. So if you're still in amongst the wobbles, and different people take different amounts of time to get through these things. Some people, their wobble is like, and that's it. They're on to the next thing, and that's okay. But for some people, this might be quite a long drawn out process, but eventually it will settle down. So depending on where you are, just know that your brain's actually working to keep you in this homeostatic state. Hang in there, things will start to normalize, life will readjust around you, and you'll come back to your own level of homeostasis. So hopefully that helps, and don't give yourself a hard time. If you're in a wobbly phase, just hang in there, it'll pass. Your body's working, doing all it can based on who you are to bring you back to homeostasis.